am king, I am king, I am king, I am king.
We can settle this like you got some class, so we can get into some gangster shit.
Subscribe to the channel. It's King Me. More pandemic on the way. Pandemic on the way. I don't know. Dr. Fauci is telling y'all to take this medicine, take this shot. I mean, I don't know, man. Welcome to America. I think listen to what's going on. Breaking news.
Earlier, I spoke to Dr. Anthony Fauci about the new variant, and I began by asking what is so concerning about it.
Well, it has a constellation of mutations, Lester, around that spike protein, which would be strongly indicative that this will be highly transmissible and might, in fact, escape some of the immune parameters such as monoclonal antibodies and the convalescent serum and plasma when people recover, and likely even some protection from the antibodies that are induced by vaccination. So we're taking it very, very seriously. It's spreading really quite rapidly in South Africa, and then we're seeing cases popping up in countries around, particularly when there's been travel from South Africa or Southern African countries to other places like Israel and places like that. And for that reason, the president decided prudently to put the travel restriction on not only to South Africa, but to 7 other countries that border South Africa.
Is what you're seeing right now the kind that keeps you up at night?
You don't want to frighten the American public, but when something occurs that you need to take seriously, you take it seriously and you do whatever you can to mitigate against that. I mean, I'm saying this absolutely clearly, that if ever there was a reason...
Dr. Fauci, you ain't trying to frighten the people. I think you already did that one. Frightened, huh?
And for unvaccinated people to get vaccinated, and for those who have been vaccinated, when your time comes up, to go and get a booster shot, because even though there may be some diminution, and we don't know that in the protection against the vaccine, certainly to be vaccinated and boosted is always better than not to be. So that's the first thing. The second thing is what the president has decided to do. He's taking it very seriously, and that's the reason for the restrictions from travel from certain countries.
You talk about the booster shots and the renewed importance of booster shots. How much edge do they give you?
The booster shots give you a very, very important edge. If you look at the level of these protective antibodies following the peak response after 2 doses and compare the level following the peak response after the 3rd booster dose of an mRNA, it's multiple times higher after the 3rd shot of an mRNA.
How long after this weekend would you expect?
Hey, Dr. Fauci, you mind, broadcasting that shot on live TV? Just going and get a couple of doctors in there, just go on and broadcast it, get the booster shot for us. I'm curious, curious minds, and we all want to see you take the shot. I mean, live TV.
To see the impact in terms of infection numbers of this holiday.
Well, whenever you have a congregate situation where people travel, it's usually measured in a few weeks, 2 to 3 weeks or more. When you're talking about infection, it's about 2 weeks or so. When you're talking about if anybody gets severe disease, it's always lagging indicator of hospitalization and death. We hope that people, when they travel, they're careful so that we don't see a major spike.
I don't want to put the words in your mouth, but are we at a dangerous turn right now in this pandemic with this new variant?
Well, we have to be paying close attention and take it very seriously. I don't really want to go so far as to say we're at a dangerous turn. We don't have enough information, Lester, to make that determination. But what we can do is do everything we can to make sure we err on the side of safety. And that's the reason why you're seeing the travel restriction and the renewed emphasis on getting people vaccinated and boosted.
Thanks.
I knew he was going to throw that in at the end, Get your shot. you get them. Oh, man. I told you, boy, they got so many obstacles and rabbit holes, man, to go through, man. I'm telling you, they're going to bring this all the way to South Africa. Another way and another reason for you to get vaccinated. Welcome to America, man. King me.